Glad to have you back. Nigeria's ruling party, the All Progressives Congress, APC, held its state congress in several states on Saturday.
Yeah, the congresses were to elect new leaders for the party in Nigeria's 36 states and Abuja. A TVC News senior political correspondent Ayodele Ozumaku reviews the congresses.
The congresses in many states show a party unable to resolve its differences, as parallel congresses were held in many states. They took place both in states governed by the APC and those governed by opposition parties. The fractured nature of the party in many states is also symptomatic of the rifts among top leaders of the party, including those holding sensitive elective positions. In Ondo State, two state executives emerged at parallel congresses held at different venues in the states. Ade Adetimehin emerged as the state chairman of the APC at the congress attended by the state governor, Rotimi Akeredolu. The rival faction elected Otetumbi as the state chairman at another congress. Since 1999, the dominant party in Lagos State has never had any serious crisis, but some aggrieved members of the All Progressive Congress are bent on rocking the boat. A faction allegedly led by former Lagos State Transport Commissioner Muiz Banire and other disgruntled persons converged on the Lagos Airport Hotel to hold a parallel congress. The mainstream Lagos APC gathered at Acme Road, Ikeja, secretariat of the party, to elect its new leaders. A representative of the Congress committee led by Senator Uche Ekwenife and the representative of the Independent National Electoral Commission were on ground to witness the event. The story was not different in Kwara State, as a faction loyal to the Senate President Abubakar Bukola Saraki and another allegedly led by Information Minister Alhaji Lai Mohammed battled for the soul of the party in the state. In Taraba State, the Congress was suspended indefinitely as some election committee members were said to have been assaulted by some hoodlums. The lingering crisis within the party in Adamawa State festered as Honorable Ezra Dimas and Ibrahim Bilal emerged as factional chairmen of the party. In all, 10 states had parallel congresses across the country. The National Publicity Secretary of the party, Malam Bolaji Abdullahi, says the party's national leadership would not recognize any parallel congress apart from the one recognized by the Congress committees charged by the party to organize such in the states. With the 2019 elections drawing ever closer, it's yet to be seen how the ruling party will resolve its lingering crisis in at least 28 states. Ayodele Ozumaku, TVC News, Lagos.
And we have in the studio a member of the Lagos State House of Assembly and also a member of the APC, Honorable Segun Olulade. Good morning and thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Really nice to see you. It's good to see you.
Yes. First at the World Congresses and then later at the state congresses, we saw what happened. At this point as to what could happen at the National Congress of the APC, are you worried?
Yeah, as a party man, I'm a bit worried. I'm worried because it's understandable when we have disagreements, but the party have been able to. The spokesperson for the party has spoken concerning the issue of having a parallel congresses, and I think that will be resolved. We have the leadership of the party, Mr. President and Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu are going to look into this matter and resolve it across board. I don't think that will come as a serious threat to us emerging as the ruling party in 2019.
All right. We have heard from some party stalwarts in different parts of the country threatening to defect from the APC. Now, the NPDP phenomenon, one of the blocks that made up the APC now, in fact, gave a 7-day ultimatum. We have issues. In fact, they used very strong words to qualify what they have been going through. They used political pogrom, which is a very extreme way of describing their kind of marginalization and all of that. Now, we understand there's going to be a meeting today with them. But besides that, there are, if you go to Adamawa State, some very strong members of the party are saying if their grievances are not met, they are going to defect even before the national convention. Go to different states, it's the same thing. So, how you have said you are worried earlier on, but when you say that they will be resolved before the convention, how possible is that going to be?
Well, it's very, very possible. Politics is a game of number, and at the same time, it's a game of give and take. So I believe the leadership of the party have the capacity to address these issues. And when we look at it critically, it's only in this country that you see that people go to poll, and when they lose, they turn to bad losers. I think we should learn to be a Democrat to the core, even as a politician. So that when you win some, you lose some, and that still make you great as a politician. So for me, I think the party will need to sit down, as we have said, with people who are aggrieved and try to bring them back to the fold. For me, I also look at the PDP group. I think they've denied the ultimatum, that they are not having any ultimatum any longer, but they want their voice to be heard, which is the beauty of democracy. I think we must allow people to express their feelings, and once they do so, we should have an internal mechanism to use to bring everybody together.
Honorable, let me come in here. Isn't that a cause for concern, if we are to place it like that, to even be describing some members of the APC at this time as NPDP members? They still see themselves as NPDP members.
I think it's of great concern to some of us. Once we march together, I find it difficult having people still referring to themselves as MPDP, as CPC, as ACN. We are now one political party, and we must see ourselves as one. And I think that is one of the things that we need to address. We need to address that as a political party. And when you look at APC, it's the largest political party today in Africa. So you should understand that we would have this kind of wranglings. But once we have that and we're able to address it and talk to people, bring them to the round table, we'll be able to resolve some of these matters.
All right. Now, a lot of people have said that when it comes to the APC in learning from the mistakes of the previous political party, they have not really done well when it comes to learning what the other political party did and did not do that made Nigerians to vote them out, that the APC has not really learned from there when it comes to providing a provision of social amenities to the people, when it comes to abiding by the political campaigns to the people and all of that, and even entrenching democracy to the core.
I think people have to be patient with us. You will understand that it was towards 2015, 2014, 2015, that we have this merger. And before we will be able we must have political stability, first of all, within the party. And that is what we are still grumbling for now, as far as I know.
But isn't that affecting Nigeria?
Yeah, it's affecting the country, no doubt about that. But we would address it, and we are addressing it as time goes on. But I think Nigerians just need to be patient with us. They should understand that we're not magicians. We're there to resolve the matter. We're there to clear the mess that the over 16 years of the other political party, the opposition party today, have created for us in this country. So we would continue to do so, and we might go slow, but we will get there steadily.
Okay, I'm talking about the PDP making a mess for 16 years. Your party has been in power close to 3 years now. Yeah. Some have said that the mess the APC is making already is even close to the mess the political party would make in some years.
They're not being...
Okay, being fair?
They're not being fair to us.
All right, now, earlier you talked about the leadership of the party at this time, calling aggrieved factions together to reconcile all of them. Yeah. But some members in time past have accused the outgoing national leadership of the party of even being part of the problem, favoring some portions of the party over others. And that was why President Muhammadu Buhari appointed Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu to reconcile these factions across the country. Yes. But who better to do it, according to many members of your party, of course. But then, this is happening at this time. If he cannot do it, what next? No,
he will do it. He has the capacity to do it. You see, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as we all know, is a great man. He's someone who has the capacity to bring everybody back to the table. And that's what he's been doing. So for me, I think those issues that came up during the last period of governance and the current one, and that is why you will see that the National Convention will address some of those issues. Once we are able to elect new leaders, we know that we have issues of leadership even within the party concerning the statutory leadership, the chairman, and so on and so forth. So those will be addressed by the grace of God come the National Congress. At that period, we will be able to elect new people. We will be able that will drive the party in the direction that we all have been craving for.
All right, you talked about Nigerians being patient with the government and the political party. Let me ask in categorical terms, how long will be enough to really put the party together and deliver on the promises they have made to Nigerians?
I think in the next 2 years. In the next 2 years, we should be on a very good footing to kickstart the new Nigeria that we all are craving for.
What will happen between now and the next 2 years?
Yeah,
that hasn't happened.
And what will happen is what we are seeing today. We are seeing we are seeing us trying to stabilize politically. We're seeing the government trying to do things as expected, and by the time Mr. President is being re-elected, he will have the opportunity of putting new people into offices. He cannot now come back and start blaming anybody for whatsoever. So he will have the opportunity of saying, okay, these are the things that we've been able to correct. These are areas that we now need to focus on, and that
well, many promises made by the party have not been fulfilled, seem not to have been fulfilled yet before winning the election. So what is the assurance really that once this would be addressed? Because there was a time that the leadership of the party and some members of the party were going back and forth on the position of the party on restructuring, and then later on they somehow were forced to even set up a committee on it.
Yeah, why I say so is that between now and 2019, we've learned our mistake. We've not been in government, for goodness sake, in the past. We just came into government. So now we've been able to study what is going on. We've been able to understand the rhythm and the governance structure and system. So the process of addressing those issues is on now. We're seeing the government talking about security. We're seeing the government fighting corruption, and we're seeing even corruption fighting back. We have seen things happening, things that are
fighting corruption. Really?
Yeah, we have seen this government fighting corruption, and there's one thing you can't take away from us. We have a president that is not stealing. We have a presidency that is focused on good governance. You have a president that is looking at empowering the youth, ensuring that people, those who are not in school go back to school. People who are in, we're seeing roads being constructed. Just yesterday on your TV, I was watching the former governor of Lagos State, Babajide Raji-Fashola, inspecting the second Niger Bridge. So it shows things are going on everywhere, all over the country. There is some sort of inclusiveness.
Well, you have outlined a lot of things, but Nigerians certainly have a lot of doubts as well when it comes to all of this. But we don't have all the time now, so we'll look for time to discuss this next time. Honorable Segun Olulade, member, Lagos State House of Assembly. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you.